You should get and build Extra Altar.
Yahoo! Leader!
Long answer. This entire video.
You're asking what's so fun about sitting alone in a confessional? There's oodles of fun to be had, like a maple bar in my hand, the breeze blowing in from outside, the sun shining from on high. It's perfect. Of course, there's you popping up all of a sudden. Even if you're barging in on my private moment, turns out I'm still glad you came to say hi.
みんなと一緒じゃなくて寂しくないかって？リーダー、考えすぎだよ。見方を変えれば、みんなバラバラに散らばってくれてるおかげで、どこに行っても友達に会えるってことでしょ？配達のモチベーションになるし、パーティーチャンスってわけ。
Lemuel, codename Exia, a sanctor from Laterano, who has provided communications and armed escort services to Rhodes Island. At her request, her registration has been updated to reflect her current status as a veteran employee of Penguin Logistics and owner-founder of Apple Pie Logistics in Laterano. We also learned that she is the younger sister of operator Lemuel. And despite not being related by blood, it's clear there's a strong bond between the two. Alright. Extra Altar, or Apple Pie as what I like to call her, is our newest 6-star geek specialist. Specialized in DPS and support. And what kind of support she provides, you ask? That's right, defeating all enemies before they reach the blue box kind of support. Anyway, if you forgot, Geek is a specialist archetype known for providing offensive or defensive support, while also capable of doing meaningful damage to the enemies. Additionally, they have a range and attack speed similar to a marksman sniper, or trap master. But this archetype is also known to be rather awkward to use. What we learned from the previous geek is that their buff comes with a price, and their trait actually makes them lose HP every second, which can be fatal. However, Extra Altar Update also comes with a buff for all geek specialist. Now their HP loss is significantly slower and is no longer lethal. It will stop at exactly 1 health point to prevent them from getting defeated by their own trade, making geek specialist more viable in a lot of content. By the way, since we have a 6-star chain medic recently, because geek will always lose HP, chain medic can use them as a tool to chain their heal to another target, or in monster's case, keep the attack speed buff going by keeping on healing. Okay, this is her stats. For a ranged unit, geek has a pretty high HP, comparable to a vanguard, but still has low defense and resistance. They also have an average to high attack stat, quick attack speed, and a very cheap cost. Now let's see her talents. Her first talent has 2 effects. The first one will give her HP recovery every time someone with ammo skills uses their ammunition. And this of course includes herself, because if you don't know already, all of her skills use ammunition. This is a very valuable self-sustainability to keep up with her trade HP drain, or other damage source like from enemy or environment. If you have multiple units with ammunition skill, or those who have a lot like fuse skill 1, they can keep on healing our precious apple pie for a long time. And luckily, even if she's alone, all of her skills have a relatively cheap cost, and have plenty of ammo. And you definitely want to keep her HP full, if you have her module. As for the second effect, now when anyone with ammo skill use their ammunition, there's a chance that a special attack from heaven above will come down and deals AoE damage. It is so useful to increase the damage output of those with ammo skill, which of course includes Apple Pie herself. And the AoE damage from this also gives single target unit like herself a way to handle crowds. The only downside here is that this effect is RNG. You can increase the chance with her module. It's still a gamble, but you can expect it to trigger plenty of times. Next, her talent 2. She will give attack buff to everyone with ammo skills, including herself. And the effect is doubled to latter and no operators, which once again include herself. This combined with her module, and you can get her base attack stats to more than 1000. Which is crazy for a geek specialist. And I need to clarify that this talent only active when she is deployed. Moving on, this is her potential upgrade list. You got stuff that will reduce her cost, increase attack, and improve both of her talent. Talent to attack buff will be increased, while it's the damage multiplier for her talent 1. As for her module, Apple Pie got the X module, which will increase her SP recovery if her HP is above 80%. It also increases her HP and attack. Meanwhile, the upgrade will enhance her talent 1. There is nothing new, but it will increase the trigger chance of the barrage, and also increasing the damage. It is overall a great module you should try to unlock and upgrade. Having quicker skill cycles, and increasing the chance of talent 1, will surely be useful. Now let's talk skills. All of her skills use ammunition. Her skill 1 will automatically active, she will get 8 ammo, each attack will deal critical damage. And prioritize flying units. Also, if you manually deactivate this, she will fire all of her remaining ammo to a random target. So if it's just one enemy, or you don't care at which target that it hits, you can just deactivate the skill as soon as it is active. Overall a decent DPS skill, especially if her talent 1 can trigger often. But there's almost no reason to choose this over her other skills. Unless you are looking for AFK gameplay. Next, this is her skill 2. Which is often considered her best skill to use in general content. This one will give her 35 ammunition. Each attack gains a damage multiplier that is even bigger than skill 1. And her attack interval is reduced. She can also steal the attack speed of another operator that is in her range, to make her attack even quicker. And also provides a strong barrier for herself, and the target operator. In the damage department, this skill has an insane DPS, particularly if her talent 1 triggered often. As you can see here, she manages to beat Patriot Phase 1 with just one skill activation. Well, certainly not that special nowadays, but still a huge feat. And even if the damage is not enough, the nature of this skill makes it perfect to be buffed. Damage aside, the many ammunition she got from this is useful to sustain herself for a long period of time. And it has a pretty cheap skill cost, especially if we consider her module. And since it uses ammo, you can always deactivate this, which gives you better control. The barrier is also no joke, it is able to protect herself and another operator from a lethal hit. Although it will gradually decay, it should be completely gone in around 30 seconds. As for downside, well, there's not really a downside, but the operator whose attack speed got stolen will indeed attack slower. which is not a good thing if that operator is another of your main DPS units. You can actually use this without any operator in her range. But yes, that means no attack speed bonus for her, and 5 extra ammo. So it is best you make sure she steals the attack speed of a unit that doesn't really need it. Or maybe deploy a fast redeploy temporarily. By the way, she will prioritize stealing the attack speed of someone with the highest aggro, which usually means unit that is recently deployed. Last but not least, her skill 3. She will get a massive 50 ammunition. She got attack buff, each attack hit 5 times, and each hit has critical damage. Damage wise it's comparable to her skill 2. The massive ammo she got, and attack 5 times, also means she will get a much more potent healing in a single attack. However, this skill is widely known because of this one ability. Exusiai can deploy what's called delivery coordinates, with 0 DP cost. Deploying this during her skill duration will make her launch an AoE attack. But more importantly, redeploy a ground operator with the longest redeployment time left, and give them 6 initial SP. This is an absolutely insane ability. I mean, she has pretty much bypassed the foundation of this game mechanic. On top of that, redeploying someone with this doesn't cost anything. Although the target operator cost will still ramp up as usual. And the delivery coordinate has a 70 seconds cooldown, so you cannot spam this. But still, think of what you can do with this instant redeploy and the extra recipe, especially with the right operator. Like Serta, Muna, Alpiganus, you, or the upcoming Lizzie and Hoshiguma altar. By the way, some things to note about this skill. While she does get 50 ammunition, but she uses 5 on each attack. So she will only attack 10 times, and because of that, you definitely want to avoid her attacking a wrong target. She can only redeploy a ground operator, which includes those who can be deployed on both ranged and ground tile, or ranged operator who can get to the ground by something, like Ella right here. But you still can't redeploy a ranged operator, even if it's in a stage with no ranged or melee restrictions. Okay, for skill mastery priority. Apple Pie is M6 worthy with her skill 2 and 3. I'd say which one you master first depends on what you need. But I would personally recommend you master her skill 2 first. This is often considered the best skill used for most content. Whereas S3 is mostly used because of that instant redeploy in mind. And if you only use skill 3 for that gimmick, the skill at level 7 should be already enough. Skill 1 is pretty much a skip. There's almost no reason to master it, unless you like her, and want to get that full mastery badge on support unit. And for her base skill. If she's in the dorm, she will increase moral recovery. Increase the effect to ladder and O operators. And when in trading post, increase efficiency by plus 15% for every ladder and O operators in that same trade post. So ladies and gentlemen, that is why you should get and build Exusiai Altar. An amazing DPS unit, with strong support skills, and a unique and useful instant redeploy ability. And from what I think, she hardly has any drawbacks other than her trade will make her constantly lose HP. But even then, the archetype buff makes it less painful now. She is a strong option for both new players and veterans. Not to mention her debut event is also filled with equally useful new operators. So if you watch this during her debut, make sure you try to get her. Since she is a limited operator, it will be difficult to get her outside of her debut event. That should be all. Adios.